How's it going, everybody? It's your boy, the Noob. Sorry if I sound a little strange. I'm kind of dealing with allergies and it's kind of turning into a cold, so bear with me if my voice kind of goes in and out. But I've been enjoying the last season of anime so much that on my list that I gave out at the beginning of the season, I have watched literally all but 2 or 3, which is really good. So we all know that fall is coming up, and I'm hoping that the list I'm about to give is going to be just as good. Now, as I said, the fall season is about to hit us. That's because we're at the end of the summer season, so you know that there's a crap load of anime coming out, and I already took a look from Live Chart Me that gives the list of animes coming out, and I have found 10 with a special 11th one that I plan on watching this season. So I want to share with you what they are and my thoughts on them. So let's get to it. The first one is called Hatake Coma no Michi. Just reading the synopsis made me laugh. Basically, a professional wrestler and anime lover is suddenly summoned to another world. When he's greeted by a princess, she requests that he gets rid of evil beasts that are roaming this world. Now, he is an animal lover, and when he basically hears her say that she wants him to kill beast people, now this is the part that made me pay attention. He suplexes this princess and then goes off to basically run a monster pet shop. The suplexing alone has made me go, what the hell, I have to watch this. Yes, it's probably going to be isekai trash, but I'm an isekai trash lover, so I'm going to watch this. I've never ever heard of it, so I don't even have any prior knowledge to it, so I'm going to go into this blind, but being that synopsis sounds silly as hell, I probably am going to enjoy this one. Now, the second one on my list is actually one in a manga that I have been reading, and I didn't realize it was going to be coming out, but here it is. And yes, once again, it's isekai, because whether you like it or not, isekai is here to stay. The title is called Chuchin Koukousei-tachi wa Isekai Domo Yomu de Ikiniku yo desu. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I have no clue if I said that right. I don't even know an English translation to it. But basically, here is the story. A plane that is carrying 7 students crashes, and somehow it crashes into a medieval fantasy world. Now, you would think the kids would freak out or kind of be worried, and there's probably that one OP protagonist, but no. The thing about this one is all 7 of these students are OP as hell, even in their original world. See, the thing about these 7 students is they are perfect in whatever subject or skill that they have. You have a young doctor who, even though she's like 15 or 16, she's like one of the world-class doctors in the world. She can make medicine off the bat, she could amputate, she could do all that. You got the main leader of the group who's pretty much like the Prime Minister of Japan. He can pretty much negotiate, lead people, all that. You got a little pink-haired girl who goes from medieval stuff to building a nuclear reactor. You got a swordswoman who nobody can take on. Each of these characters are good at what they do. And, you know, they crash land in this and they find a village, and the village helps them, they help the village, but then the, you know, of course, the bad leaders, the kings, the dukes and all that, they come from money and they, you know, are mean to this village because they're like elves or not humans, so they start protecting this village and, you know, doing the whole isekai thing. Yes, it's going to be isekai, and if you're not a fan of isekai, you could probably skip this, but I've been reading the manga, so I kind of want to see how they turn this into an anime. The next one is one I have not heard of, but it reminded me of something, which I'll tell you at the end of my synopsis. It is called Mashita Iruma-kun. The story behind this is a boy is basically sold off to the devil. But the thing is, the devil is basically the principal of a school for demons and special things and blah blah blah. So this ordinary human is going to have to go to the school full of demons and whatnot and do his best to survive. Now, the reason why I'm gonna be watching this is because it reminded me of an old school manga and anime known as Rosary Vampire or Vampire Rosary. I don't remember the order of the words, but, you know, human in a school full of demons and stuff like that. And yes, the anime was shit, but the manga was hilarious and good, so this kind of reminded me of that, so I'm actually going to be watching this, and if it's good, I'm going to go read the manga, because apparently it's got some mangas out there. Now, the next one. How is it not a hentai? This one makes me worry, because it is just this shy in the mangas from being a hentai. So, I never thought it was going to be an anime, but apparently it is. It is called Val Love. The story behind this is you have your main protagonist who has a face that not even his mother could love, who is surrounded by all these girls that are living with him. Why is he surrounded by these girls? These girls are Valkyries, basically. Their father / God told them that the only way they can power up to fight monsters and stuff on Earth is to perform acts with this guy. Now, they could be something as simple as holding hands, going shopping together, spending time together on a date, to some of the more erotic ones where it's like French kiss for 5 minutes, do stuff together naked, you know, just shy of sex. I don't think any of them have had sex, but, you know, they could have by now, I'm not sure. So to find out that this is going to be turned into an anime, I want to watch it, but at the same time, I'm probably not going to be impressed because, like I said, it's that close to being a hentai in manga, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. The next one on my list is something unique because I know of it from a game that's on the mobile, but I also know it from a franchise that has got many spin-offs. It is called Fate Grand Order. If you've played the online game or any of the visual novels, you know that Fate has many arching storylines. There's not just a straight path in the games, especially when it comes to romance or how you fight or stuff like that. There are different endings, multiple endings, so to find out that the mobile game that I've played and my Discord group friends that I have are way into it, I'm kind of interested to see how this is going to go. And let's face it, Mash, the shield-wielding spirit, is... I'm sorry, she's adorable, so I definitely want to see how she is in the anime. Now, the next one is another manga / light novel that I have been reading. In fact, I've actually got 2 of the light novels right now, and I've read far into the manga. The title of this is called Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life? In this story, your main character is a 10-year-old little girl, but at the age of 10, she suffers a very bad headache or head trauma, I don't remember which it is, and memories of her past life start flooding in. Now, the thing about the title is, when she got reincarnated, she told God straight out, I do not want to be special. I just want to be an average person. I don't want to be too strong. I don't want to stand out, blah, 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 blah. Now, God took this literally, and when I say literally, he basically went, alright, average. What is the weakest creature? A worm. What is the strongest creature? An elder dragon. Right in the middle. So technically, she's average for the creatures that inhabit the planet. But when it comes to humans and their powers and their magic, she is OP as hell. So she struggles. She just wants a normal life. She doesn't want to be special. She just wants friends. So the whole story is following her trying to just be normal. And I've enjoyed it to where, like I said, I bought the light novel. I've got the first 2 volumes. If there's more, I'm going to be buying them. I've enjoyed it, so I can't wait to see how this is as an anime. The next one is a return. It's either going to be season 3 or 4, depending on how it's ordered in like Netflix or whatever website you're watching it on. It is the 7 Deadly Sins. Once again, we get to follow Milios and his crew go against whatever adventure it's going to be. I Love this anime. At first, I never watched it, but it wasn't until I watched an abridged series that I decided to go back and watch it, and I enjoyed it. So I'm kind of happy to see this next season roll around. And being that it is something that's on Netflix, because it's part of Netflix's originals or produced or however they are calling it, you will be able to find this one on Netflix once it's done premiering and they can put it all on at once. So if you are a fan of this, you'll be able to catch it there. Now the next one I am in. I am about a season or two behind, and that is my bad, but seeing that they're coming out with another season, I'm going to have to go back and catch up. It is Food Wars. Basically, if you don't know Food Wars, it is orgasming over food. That is basically it. Take the food that you see off of Iron Chef and throw in an orgasm every once in a while. Something about this food will make your clothes explode off of you. Soma is your main character. He is trying to become the best so he could run his family business, prove himself to his dad. He got sent to a school, and it's just the adventures of him and his friends trying to become cooks in this elite school. So there's a new season out. Like I said, I'm about a season or two behind, so I'm actually going to go back and watch this, but now that another season's coming, I can't wait. Another one in the returning that I know a lot of people are wanting. It is My Hero Academia Season 4. Come on, folks. If you have not watched this, you should. You've got Deku proving that you could go from nobody to somebody in 3 seasons. This is season number 4. Now, the reason why I loved this anime was because Deku did the thing that a lot of animes don't do. A lot of the animes, when you get powers, you're perfectly fine, you become the greatest, blah, blah, blah. Deku had to learn that if he punches too hard, he breaks himself. And he had to go through trials to learn to be as strong as he is, to fight bad guys and stuff. And it is just a great way to show the super-powered heroes learning to deal with their power. So when I heard that there was going to be a 4th season, I've been excitedly waiting for this one. And now that it's here, I cannot wait. Now the last one on my list is one that I caught on Netflix, and I don't know a lot of people talking about it, and I think it's because the animation is really weird. It is called High Score Girl. This is the 2nd season. High Score Girl is a story of basically 2 people bonding over Street Fighter. There is no simple way to put it. Your main character is a guy who, you know, fed quarters into Street Fighter, played it, did all the gaming, and he was really, really good. And then he met this girl who doesn't really talk in this anime. You'll get a couple grunts here and there. She maybe has had 1 sentence in the whole 1st season, but she can kick his butt. Now, they start to interact with each other kind of as rivals, then as friends, and there might be a romance in there. But the thing I love about this anime the most is the games that they put in there are real games. Like, seriously, when I said Street Fighter 2, that's the focus of like several episodes. Him and the girl playing Street Fighter 2. And then they have other games that they play in the arcades and at home. And when they're talking about playing with them, they're the actual games. So it's kind of nice to see these games actually being shown in an anime. Now, like I said, the animation is weird. It has that 3D animation, and the way they draw their characters is not as clean and crisp, but that was something that made me be drawn into it. And you can find this one on Netflix as well. They have right now season 1 and the specials out. So with season 2 coming out, I need to finish the specials, and then I'm going to be watching this one. Now, earlier I mentioned there is one special one that I am throwing on my list. It is not a season, but it is a movie. It is the Violet Evergarden movie. It is from the Koto animation that recently had to fire, and it had a lot of employees who lost their lives. But this was something that they promised that they were going to put out. Now, see, me and a lot of people were okay waiting for them to put this out because, like I said, there was a fire at the building, lots of people lost their lives, lots of injuries, and yet these people said, we're going to go back to work and continue working because that's what we do. Now, I love the integrity of that, where they want to go back to work to produce something as beautiful as Violet Evergarden, because I have said this before, I will say it again, I will say it into the future. Violet Evergarden is a beautiful anime. The drawing, the story, the music in the background. I loved the anime so much. I literally watched it 3 times in a row. So to find out they're going to have a movie, I am definitely going to be watching it. I don't know if it ever came to the States. If it does, I will go see it. But if not, I will be searching for it whenever it gets distributed online. Anyways, folks, like I said, last season had a lot of animes that I have enjoyed. And this season seems to be doing pretty good as well. Is there any anime that you are hopeful for in the upcoming season? Was there any anime in the previous season that you didn't think you were going to like but loved, or thought you were going to love, or and maybe hated? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, folks, I'm the Noob. Thank you for listening to me babble. I'm sorry if my throat came out because of the cold I'm fighting, but anyways, I hope you all have a good day. See ya!